guys, it's Sezzy back. So anyways, there's that video I posted like 2 days ago about no matter how hard I try, I can't get far enough. That video is going to be deleted soon, social update. But also I realised that that video is kind of posted out of impulse. But anyways, I appreciate the encouragement and the upliftingness of y'all. But anyways, I wanted to share a testimony on some model scout that I just blocked from Instagram. So this is going to be a very, very crazy testimony. Also warning to children and to teens. There are certain people you just can't trust. So anyways, it's all started when I made a Star Now account. And I've been getting good feedback responses from Star Now. However, this guy managed to find my Instagram account, but he didn't know I had a Star Now profile till afterwards, which is a weird coincidence. So, afterwards he DM'd me, this guy DM'd me, and was like, hey, I'd love to collab with you, you've got an amazing look. So I was like, okay, I'll see what I can do. And yeah, so the first couple of times, well, I think I only had a meeting with him twice or something like that, I'm not sure. But on the first meeting, he was like, well, if you want to do commercial modelling, people got to see what your body looks like. And I was like, oh. He's like, are you comfortable wearing a bikini? And I was like, no. And then he was like, okay, do you have any outfits you can wear? And I'm like, okay, cool, I'll wear an outfit. He's like, are you wearing a bra with that top? And I was like, yes. And he was like, I want to see the shape of your boobs without the top. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, so after I got changed, I was like, okay, this is good, this is great, you could be a commercial model. And I was like, okay, we'll see about this one. And then afterwards, it ended, and then it was like, okay, because the first meeting was about 3 hours long, and I was like, I need to go, I gotta go. And he just kept wanting more and more. So I was like, okay. He was like, okay, so are those a pair of shorts? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, could you pull them down slightly, because I want to see what you look like low rise. I was like, okay, this is the lowest I can put it down. So okay, cool. Well, good news, you don't have to do anything you're uncomfortable with. I was like, okay, cool. So by the second or third session, I was like to myself, I'm going to start asking him questions to see if he's really legit. I'm going to test him. So, oops! So by the second or third session, I don't know, he was like to me, I was like to him, like, so what company are you part of? What are you doing? He was like, oh, I'm freelance. I'm self-employed. I work for myself. I want to work with people, and I have lots of experience with photography. And I was like, okay, so there's some honesty. I think I could trust him potentially. So okay. Apparently he works with other people. I don't know. He has about he doesn't have many followers, but that didn't bother me. But anyways, when he was being honest, I was like, okay, I could work with this. And then up until the point, this was like half an hour before the session ended, he said a comment to me that has been really lingering in my mind lately. Like, he's been asking me, like, when the session's coming up, are you free today? And I kept declining and going, no, I'm not. And then, like, by the time he said that comment, I was like, this is not how a model scout acts, because when I was scouted as a 16-year-old, the scouter did not act and say stuff like that, okay? So I was like thinking, okay, so the people could just assume I'm dumb, okay? But I'm not. I can see through the foolishness. But anyways, I went and he asked me, so are you home alone right now? And I'm like, no, my mum's at work, my stepdad's just sitting upstairs. And he was like, have you ever asked your stepdad for a second opinion about your boobs? They're very nice. Huh? Are you hearing yourself? Why would I ask my stepdad stuff like this? I even told him off for saying that. I was like, look, that's inappropriate. You cannot say stuff like that to someone. That is unprofessional. Unprofessional. But anyways, I'm not going to expose the person who did that, because I'm not going to stoop down to that level. I'm not going to expose the person, but it was very unprofessional. So, once after I told him off, he was like, oh, it's just for a second opinion. And I'm like thinking, why would I ask my stepdad something like that? That's just crazy. Oh yeah, my sister's here. But anyways, the reason why I wanted to show that as my testimony is because people can be really, really deceitful. Sorry, Alex, I'm making a testimony right now. People can be really deceitful. So, like, be careful with these people, yeah? They can say that they'll help you out and stuff. They can make you big, but no, they'll basically just, like, I don't know. There was just some kind of ulterior motive there. I was questioning it and I was like, okay, I could work with it. But then now I'm like, definitely not wanting to work with this person, because it's literally the third to fifth time that this person has said something completely unprofessional and dirty. But you see, if a girl says she does not want to be nude in her picture, don't encourage her to pull her shorts down, you idiot.
Like, stop.
I shouldn't have said that. Crap. Okay. But anyways, beware. Beware. Don't let them take advantage of you. Okay, it's all good. But anyways, I know I shouldn't judge, but I felt kind of undervalued as a woman, if you know what I'm saying. Because, you know, just because you see a pretty girl walking down the street, don't assume she's dumb, okay? They're not all dumb. Some of us have intelligence, okay? So please, do not fool us. Bye. So, even though, like, I've had a bit of time to figure things out, some opportunities have opened itself up to me. I've been offered to play a role of an activist in a movie or a short upcoming film or something on the 23rd. So, you know, when I sense bad energy, sometimes I don't realise that I distance myself from someone, and sometimes you just gotta, like, disconnect, you know, but it's all good, you know, it's all good. I'm telling you now, obviously, I'm not the type that tends to notice, like, certain things that might be a bit off. I don't tend to notice these traits until I notice some kind of pattern. So if it happens like 1 or 2 times, or 3 times or 4 even, I'll tolerate it. But when it becomes an ongoing pattern, then I start to notice it, and then I'm like, hold on a sec, I gotta distance myself a little bit. Obviously, I can't judge, but like sometimes if you feel something's off with someone and you don't trust it, sometimes like you'll be able to at some point when it does become some kind of pattern. Like Proverbs chapter 15 verse 4 says, the soothing tongue is a tree of life, but a perverse tongue crushes the spirit. So remember that, Proverbs chapter 15 verse 4. So you see, even though like on my bio it says like it clearly shows that I believe in God, I'm Christian, I think this man kind of went like away from, kind of disrespected my values a little bit. So like anyways, he would say stuff to me that would be a bit like, that would gross me out a little bit, like, oh, you have a really nice body, it's like you have a nice 16-year-old body, and I'm like, what? Dude, I'm 18. How is that? I mean, I know that maybe, I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or not, because like it's a sticky one, because like like to say that someone has a 16-year-old nice body, it's kind of like a bit ill, because like, I'm not gonna lie, this model scout looked like he was in his late 30s, so it felt a little bit, I just had this strange sticky feeling in my tummy when he said that, and like, you know, I was not looking forward to another session, even though he said he really wanted to help, or tried to persuade me that like he's legit and stuff. It just didn't like work. It just, I don't know, every time the day came, I would forget and say, I'm a bit busy, but either way, I was functioning quite well. I was happy declining the appointments, even though I felt quite guilty at the same time doing it, so I ended up, I don't know, blocking him. I don't really know the guy very well. I've never met him in person, but we've had like Zoom meetings and stuff. So like, I guess it's not really worth the breath, because I feel like when I'm trying to be direct with someone, it always comes out. Not always, like I like being direct, but sometimes directness with people you hardly know always ends in a lol, that's pathetic, don't care. So kind of like that, so kind of just block them if you don't know that well. But anyways, I'm gonna like just put out there, please beware, because like there's a lot of like stuff going on. People can be really like, I don't know, there's a lot of people have ulterior motives nowadays, so to all you sisters out there, just please be careful, and don't ever feel like you have to sacrifice your self-value to become something you want to be. There are so many other ways of becoming a star without actually having to sacrifice anything. There are so many different ways. There's an actress who's basically Christian, there's so many other ways. It's just the problem is when you're 18, a lot of things require nudity either way in the creativity world. Creativity is amazing, but it has its dark sides that you need to just be careful of. And if you feel like the people in the agencies are trying to get you to do something that you're not comfortable with, do not be afraid to say no, because there are so many different ways you can do creative things without sacrificing those values. I think also the problem is that, you see, I love doing everything creative, like even if it's like just a bit of modelling on the side. I guess that can help me become more known as an extra, because, you know, starting little steps, but I'm not like extremely passionate about modelling, if you know what I mean. But there are some people who want it so badly that they're willing to sacrifice the self-value to, like, I don't know, like an object. And I don't want to be one of those people. I'm not judging those who are, but personally for me, I don't want to like show off my body in that kind of way. It's not who I am. So, like, you see, even though I said like I'm not comfortable in wearing a bikini, there have been little times where the model scout would tell me like to show more of my torso or too much of it. So like I'd get a little bit like annoyed at that, and I'd get like really inappropriate comments that model scouts wouldn't usually say. I don't think they would, but I have a feeling that it's not really legit. And now I keep thinking that there are lots more girls out there who are experiencing this type of exploitation. I had to block the person because, like, I don't know, whenever a session was coming up, I did not have a good feeling. I didn't want to do it. It was making me nauseous. So, like, I guess it's a matter of fact of protecting yourself and knowing your self-worth or value, I think. I don't know. But, like, yeah, it's all good. Like, I'm my own person at the end of the day. See ya.